you know, the guy just he just broke my window open and he took all my stuff and he's running. And so I'm like, what? So Mike Winklejohn, without hesitation, he just starts running, right? And I'm like, holy crap. And then Greg Jackson, he just starts running, and they both start running. So I'm like, what is happening right now? So next thing you know, I have like sweatpants on, I have an iPod and my Droid X, my wallet. I'm like, what is like, where am I? What's going on? So I like, okay, it's time for me to take action. So I like take, I like take my hands in my pockets, I throw my stuff on the floor, and I tell our driver, I'm like, dude, take care of my stuff. I throw it on the floor, and I just start running, right? And you know I got these gazelle legs, so I'm running, right? And I'm running, and next thing you know, I catch up to my coaches, and I'm jogging, and there's a sprinting, right? I'm like, so what are we doing? We gonna catch this guy? And he's like, he's like, John, you get back. He's like trying to swim move me, like get over me. He's like, get back. You don't need to be involved with this, right? And I'm like, nah, Coach, God, trust me, man. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. So then I put the Jets on. You know, I went TO on him. So I put the Jets on, and I catch up to the guy. I'm like, how you doing? You think you're gonna? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. So, anyway, so the guy, like, I'm like closing in on this guy, about 20 yards away, and the guy's like, you can see that he's starting to get winded. So he's like, you know, he got this stuff and he's running, and he looks back and he usually sees me, you know, 6'4". You got Greg and Wink like behind us. Yeah, Greg and Wink's behind me, and I'm just running like, you know, I'm gonna catch you, right? So, so the guy looks back, and then he trips over his own foot. And so at the time he tripped over his own foot, I got so scared because I didn't know what I was going to do when I actually caught him. So I actually like started barking like, I'm going to get you, like, you know. So the guy's like, he looks back like, oh crap, but he's trying to stand up. And when he was standing up, I approached him when he's like in a, you know, in your March cassette go type of stance, because he's like trying to get his momentum back. And one of his behind feet, I just came up with my foot and like scooped it out from under him with my foot, like just kicked him from the back, like kind of kicked his ankle out. And he fell down, and when he fell, he like, you know, scraped his hands up pretty good. And so he's down on the floor, and you know, I'm thinking like, I hope I don't get stabbed right now. So I'm just like looking at him like, should I ground and pound him? And Greg Jackson just comes out of nowhere and jumps on the guy's back, and he starts speaking Spanish, like, you know, and like, I'm like, you know Spanish? All right, so I'm like, let me do something, right? So I grabbed the guy's feet, and then I put him in this move, because I went to college for criminal justice, so, and I had a class defensive tactics. So I grabbed him, and I like figure four'd his legs, and I sat on his legs, and he's screaming at us, and Greg's like, you know, speaking Spanish. So as I'm sitting on this guy's leg, catching my breath a little bit, because we're sprinting uphill, I realized that I'm in like this Spanish neighborhood, and like all these people are coming out their houses yelling Spanish across the street. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. Like, what is happening? Like, Greg's yelling like Spanish to people, and then a guy walked up to us, and he's like, yo man, that could have been my mama's car. And once he said that, I was like, yes, they're on our side. Like, I'm like, yeah, you punk, that could have been his mama's car. And so we hold them, and the police come, and you know, at that point, I'm just sitting and I'm resting. I'm like, you know, because I got a fight coming up, so I'm just holding this foot here. Like, man, you got me breathing hard and stuff. And so the police comes, get out of his car, and he's like, what are you doing here? Like, aren't you fighting tonight? And I'm like, yeah, man, I was trying to get my meditation on. And
trying to
guy,
medicate.
You know, but anyways, it was
medicate
great. You
my
know.
meditation.
The police didn't give us a ride back to the crime scene, so we had to walk all the way back through this neighborhood. You know, I'm looking around and stuff. I don't speak a lick of Spanish. So, yeah, it was pretty interesting. And the lady, she came, and she's like, oh, it's so good to see people like you guys here to help me. You guys cared enough to chase that guy. And the police had told her that I was fighting and everything. She was like, you know, God's gonna be with you tonight, man. You're gonna do good. God bless you, son. I'm gonna watch your fight. And I was like, thank you, ma'am. Then we went, and we all felt like superheroes. We just had the best meditation session ever.
So let's talk about the new news.
New news.
John Jones.
Yeah, man. John
The
Jones.
Johnny Bones.
The Bone Zone of UFC MMA. So when did this happen? This happened just a few days ago.
Sunday morning.
This is what the whole riots are really about. They're just trying to cover up. UFC paid a lot of people. They're invested with Fox News, so they're paying a lot of people.
You froze up.
And it's okay. People still hear me. I think it's the government. They're like, oh shit, they're onto us. They know why we're covering this shit up. Still not working. Keith, are you there? All right. Keith's video's gone. I think, just these things happen. Okay, the government gets in control. The media gets involved. Fox News has a big investment. They're partners with UFC. Clearly, John Jones. Everything that's going on in Baltimore. Is just a cover up for John Jones, or John Jones is covering up for Baltimore. I'm not sure exactly what the angle is because I'm not involved. Clearly, Keith's computer is trying to call back. Everything seems to be recording just fine, though. Keith, are you there? There's no video. All right. So John Jones, a few days ago, from what I've read, is he was, I don't know what time of day it was. I don't know if there's anybody with him, but apparently he ran a red light. He lives now in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Keith is not there right now, so yeah, whatever. You can look at that screen for a little bit. So Albuquerque, New Mexico is where he's living. He ran a red light, hit a car. Apparently there was, and then he ran away, and then came back to grab some cash, and then ran away again. In the car that he hit was, I believe, it's a 24-year-old woman who was pregnant, and they took her into the took her to the hospital for, I don't know, regular just checkup, just to see if anything was wrong, and they found a broken arm. So probably a hairline fracture, I'm imagining. I don't know. It just didn't seem like they knew right away. Here we go. Keith's calling back. So she's oops. Why did I turn off the video? So I was just telling people where we were at. Keith, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So he ran a red light, hit a car. Pregnant woman in the car, apparently has a broken arm now. So now it's been elevated to a felony for this hit and run. And he fled the scene. What time? Do you know what time this all happened?
It's like 8 a.m.
Okay. It makes it so, like, everything, it just all seems weird. Like, I wish there was some video, some drone footage.
He hit her.
Yeah.
And there's pictures of the front of his car.
Are there? Okay.
He's fucking going fast.
Okay.
He probably the front of his car looks worse than the front end of my truck did when I fucking blew through a telephone pole, hit two small trees, and then rolled it.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was on his phone. Wouldn't be surprised. Like,
here's the
wherever
flip
he's
side.
going.
When he took off running,
that's weird. That's so like.
He took off running. He stopped. Mm-hmm. He ran back and grabbed what they described as a handful of cash.
Yeah. Okay. First off, it has to when they say handful of cash, what does the cash look like in said handful? Like, what is it? Because I'm not picturing a roll. Or it seems like a fistful,
a stack.
Yeah, you got bills, you got edges of bills.
I'm
sticking
seeing a
out
stack
fingers.
in his hand.
Yeah, or a stack. Like he was just driving around with Dana White's bonus for the coaches challenge on the newest Ultimate Fighter, and he's like, "Oh shit, Uncle Dana's gonna need this stack of $10,000." So that's
there's a few theories I have on what went down.
Okay, so 8 a.m.
It's 8 a.m. He is been partying all night. Probably been doing a little blow.
Maybe. Been known to do it in the past.
Fucking
according to
drinking.
Science. Possibly. I mean, something to do while you're doing blow.
He gets in the car, packs himself a little bowl.
First off, 8 a.m. Really, I mean, I understand partying all night, but
you feel safe once that lights came out.
But like,
I've been there.
For sure, but 5, I mean, what time sunrise? Like 6 a.m.? It's 2 hours. Yeah, I guess 8 a.m. I don't know. Generally, my partying all night, once the sun comes up, not that long after, it's like, unless you're in the strip club. Maybe he's in a strip club partying.
Well, you also haven't done coke.
I haven't done coke. Correct, sir. I have not done coke. So drinking.
Your version of how an all-night party goes is totally different than someone who's done
now
coke.
You know
As someone who's done coke.
Now you know how it feels when you start talking about technology. It's just like, you don't know what you're talking about. This is me right now. I'm doing you. This is how it feels. This is how it feels. I'm wrong. I get it. So, okay. Probably Allegedly, maybe, who knows? I don't know. Maybe Cormier knows. Maybe Cormier and Sonnen like surprised him at the strip club, and they're like, "Bro, we're gonna put you in the news, bro. You're gonna be bigger than ever." So
but yeah, that's my number
Coke,
one theory.
Drinking,
He's
smoked
drunk.
a bowl,
He's been doing blow. He packs himself up a bowl,
just
and
to calm
like
down
said,
for the drive.
he might have been on his phone.
Yeah,
He might have just fucking blacked out. Shit happens.
yeah,
He blows through a light, hits her, gets up and runs away. But here's the other thing. If he came back and grabbed a stack of cash or a handful, it kind of makes me think that this could also have been he either made a drug deal, which I don't know why he would, unless he just likes the danger.
Why would he be involved in the transportation of the cash after drug deal?
Because
theory?
maybe he wants to feel, maybe that's his high, since he's already
a huge
in a
Scarface
sport.
fan. He's like, fuck the
He's already in a sport where
pop.
he's fighting the baddest motherfuckers ever, and he beats the shit out of all of them.
Yeah.
Again, this is taking nothing away from his talent.
Yeah.
Which I see so many of these fucking kids online. Like, MMA fans are the worst online. Read a comment section in any MMA thread, and it's either people who hate John Jones or people who are like, "Oh, you're just fucking jealous and fucking John Jones," and it's so ridiculous. Like, MMA fans are the worst.
Yeah. Except for the ones we know, they're all good.
No, we're all the worst. We're all the worst.
No. Shh. I'm awesome, bro. I don't know. I mean, you're pretty cool. You're all right.
The worst.
We're all right. We're not that bad. We're not that bad. But okay, so
theory. He drug deal maybe, or just being super drunk and stupid.
Hold on. Wait. We can do this. We're gonna test out a theory for one of this is gonna be, if you're listening to this episode, you go to the Inspired Disorder podcast page on Facebook, there's gonna be a poll. This poll is going to be what theory is most plausible for the John Jones kerfuffle. So
drunk,
number one,
running away.
So choice number one is drug deal. Okay. Number two,
drunk and running away.
Just
drunk. Still drunk, knowing you're gonna be fucked.
Okay. Run away, gonna be fucked. All right.
And then 3 is that he is just a giant asshole. And he decided that no one else matters but him, and he can do whatever he wants because he doesn't get in trouble for shit that he actually does do.
Yeah. Was anybody with him? Because it doesn't. I haven't seen anything that indicates that anybody
There's no
was
reports
with him.
of anyone, any passenger, anyone else they saw running from the vehicle. Obviously, they only saw one man running from the vehicle. There was an off-duty cop who actually saw it happen, and it's, when you're, like he was talking about in that story a little bit ago, when you're 6'4", you kind of stick out, especially maybe if you're the light heavyweight champion of the UFC.
For sure.
So the cop's sitting there, he's like, "Oh my God, horrible accident."
And
hey, John Jones.
And people know you're in town because you moved there. You've been posting Instagram videos of your new house and all the redecorations and remodeling you're doing. Everybody in town knows you're there. Yeah. Okay, so we got drug deal, potentially, drunk running away, or just an asshole. Is there anything
you got any
I can
theories?
contribute? Yeah. I mean, here we go. Let's see. So let's go through 8 a.m. I mean, he's just fucking stupid, but that could just fall into any of those. If you're really fucking stupid, you could be doing any of those things. Let's see. He gets in a car accident. Say he's Twittering. He's Instagramming. He's planning an Instagram. He's looking at filters on his phone for the next video update of either his cat or his new entryway to his house. Bam. Was he coming from a workout? They say where he was just driving.
Where he was coming from.
So maybe
Sunday morning, so I doubt there was
church,
a workout.
He's going home to get dressed for church. He's like, how much showering do I need to get cocaine out of my butthole? Because the chicks didn't get into it. I I don't know, man. Like, it just seems weird. Like, just the fact that he would run away and then come back and he's alone. First off, alone. That's just weird. He's got to have posse. He's got to have people hanging out, getting paid to just be around him. You know, maybe take a picture when he wants to Instagram from far away.
Well, holy shit. Here, just a little advice to any of our listeners. If you ever do make a dumb move and then decide to run from the cops or run from trouble, if you have drugs in the car, take them with you and then hide them somewhere else. Don't leave them in the car with personal information linking you to the fucking car.
Or realize you're a famous athlete and that generally shit just kind of goes, you just have to go along with shit, you know? Running away it worked for OJ, kind of.
Yeah, but if he was drunk, it saved him from another DUI.
True. Yeah, I don't know, man.
And a DUI fucking injury accident, immediately, whatever it was, he knew he was super fucked right then.
Yeah.
So the fact that he left the weed in the car, I think the weed was the least of his problems right at that point.
Yeah, he's...
Whether or not he fucking had a brick of cocaine in his fucking shorts when he took off running, or whether he just didn't want to leave the cash with the weed that he had in his car. I don't know how... They just said there was weed and a pipe and weed in the pipe.
Okay, so we have drunk runaway. Should there be another specific type of drug runaway? Like, is there another? Would it be coke? Would it be coked out runaway?
Said drug deal.
Or what if? Well, we have drug deal. We have drunk runaway. But drug deal, I mean, doesn't necessarily mean.
If you had a stack of cash,
for sure. Or he's just John Jones.
Maybe he grabbed the stack of cash and the coke.
Maybe he just didn't make it rain as much as he thought he would at the strip club, and he's like, fucking might as well keep those for next week. Who knows? They could.
I just don't.
I don't know, man.
So fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Abducted by aliens.
I thought about that too.
Abducted by aliens. We'll go abducted by. I mean, who knows? Maybe that happens to. Maybe that's what aliens are into. They got GSP. They're like, oh, John Jones. Let's fuck with him. So, alien.
I'm sure the aliens probably injected Anderson Silva with that steroid. They only like to fuck with the champs.
There could be Vanderlei Silva was actually driving. And because they're homies.
In Albuquerque.
Could be. He could be anywhere. Vanderlei Silva exists at all places.
At all times.
Yeah, he's always president, just always rolling his wrists. Got to prevent the carpal tunnel from punching people's heads in. All right, so we got drug deal, drunken runaway, just an asshole, alien abduction. That's good. 4 choices. What do you think will happen? Inspired Disorder Podcast page on Facebook. I should probably cut this out just so the people that don't listen have a chance to vote too. They're like, wow, yeah. I like voting on shit. We'll get a whole lot of poll takers starting to listen to the show. I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy.
Do you think he'll get in trouble?
I think the UFC doesn't want to
They're talking to him right now.
Yeah. Well, okay. So from the last things I read, that the judge said he's going to be okay to travel. So it's not like
they didn't put any travel restrictions.
Yeah, exactly.
On him, is it?
Yeah. So he can travel for that. He's not restricted. So that doesn't fuck anything up. So now it's basically, how does the UFC want to react to it? I mean, if they're a business,
you gotta fucking not give him this fight.
You gotta. Are you serious? Do you understand the money they're gonna lose? Okay, as a fan, like. All this,
I want to see Rumble fight him so much, but
listen, they
can't do it.
He's not the first. Criminals, like UFC is a business, right? I've worked for companies.
It's a sport. It's a professional sport.
It is I mean, I don't. We'll see. I don't.
Miguel Torres, who was a champ for years, got fired from the UFC
Miguel Torres made a fraction of a
fraction
of a fraction of a money.
Should that matter?
For a business, 100%. I'm not saying this is right. I'm just saying business. And
but I'm saying for a professional
I don't think they're that. I don't think they care that much right now. If this happened 5 years from now, completely different. But I think they're still in a place where they can get a fuck. I mean, listen, NFL gets away with rapists and dog people, and like there's a lot of crazy shit.
Came down on them super hard too.
Yeah, but they're still working. They're still working. You know, they didn't. The UFC is a different business than that. Like NFL, it's just I wouldn't be surprised.
Fighting, he went to jail.
I understand that, but that would be if John Jones goes to jail, then yes, he's out of the fight. But that's up to the law.
It doesn't mean that the trial will be before the fight.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying that would keep him from
might
fighting.
Not even be before the fight.
Yeah.
So he's going to be open until the fight. As the UFC, you can't let him fight. 100% have to say, and I don't even know if stripping his title, but I say you don't get to fight until after your court date.
Yeah,
that's 100%. And Anthony Johnson can wait until after that court date. And if he's found innocent somehow or there's a loophole, then the fight can be back on. But you can't let him fight.
I agree with you. From my perspective, I agree. But playing devil's advocate, and I would not be surprised if they let him fight. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be either because of their past record with him.
Yeah, and if they did let him fight, fucked up. Whatever, but I completely understand why a business would want to maintain somebody that's gonna sell, or maybe they knew the shit. Maybe that's why they didn't even bother promoting, the Conor McGregor thing. They're like, well, John Jones is pretty self-destructive nowadays, so this fight may not happen. So maybe John Jones, maybe that's why he's acting up. Maybe he doesn't want to fight. Maybe deep down he is scared that he's gonna lose. Who knows mentally what he's up to. But I wouldn't be surprised if the fight goes on. As a fan, I want to see that fight. I wouldn't want to wait for it, but I will if I want to see that fight. So we'll see. We'll see. It's this could be, by the time we're done recording, we could know what the actual decision.
I checked on things at our break, and there's nothing. No new news.
I'm sure if anything, it'll be first thing tomorrow. For news, the news cycle. Most people read news in the morning. So if anything, there'll be a press conference tomorrow, I would imagine.
I thought it was hilarious, though, that when he was walking out of jail after he had been taken into custody, because he posted bond, his lawyer, everyone's, trying to ask him questions. John, and his lawyer stops, and he's like, John's not going to answer any questions. He just really wants to focus on his upcoming fight because that's what's really important to him. And really, if you're the lawyer, how about
shutting the fuck up if that's what you're going to say?
Shut the fuck up and not say something. Because he did, this isn't like
our priority is this fight thing that he's got going on, not the fact that he broke the law.
Not the pregnant woman with the broken arm and wrist.
Which I think I understand. I read an article, I think it was the MMA Junkie, and it was like very heavy on the pregnant woman.
Oh, he knew she was pregnant, regardless, even if she wasn't pregnant.
For sure.
He still broke a fucking lady's arm.
But they didn't know that until she went to the hospital after being observed or whatever. She got tested. Then they found out. So it's probably not a severe break.
No.
So I'm just saying it's not. It's like because the only reason she went to from what I read was for a precautionary measure. She went to the hospital, and there they found out that her arm was also broken. So it's not like her arm was dangling.
But if you would see the way the front of his truck looked.
But cars look like shit when they get. I'm just saying.
No, they don't. I'm just saying there's. Dude, I fucking ran through a telephone pole and 2 trees. My truck did not look like that.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Through them. Yeah. I went through. It's like hitting a tree and the tree exploding.
Yeah, but they make trees out of everything's balsa wood out there, so it's
telephone poles are not balsa wood.
They're balsa wood in Ohio, man. That's why
they're pine, but
you can just kind of just blow through them because balsa wood's like nature's styrofoam.
Pine is a soft wood, but it's still it exploded
for sure. Yeah.
And I know because I bought the new one that stands there today.
Well, it's probably a lot better wood. They have it like pressure treated. It's like this one's gonna fucking kill somebody. You got the old one, bro.
I think I should be legally allowed to carve my name in it.
You should for sure. Yeah,
I bought it.
At least like a sticker. Put an ID, inspired disorder sticker on there.
Inspired disorder. Bam.
I'll do a special red one, just as a warning for people.
Look out for this tree.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not looking for a co-host right now. So pick another one.
And like, especially someone like me, like I'm not, man. Mistakes. I've made a shitload.
Yeah. He's 27 too, by the way. He's 27.
I'm not judging him on this. I'm just judging.
I feel bad.
He's so dickish, and I didn't like his dickishness before.
Yeah.
And then he keeps doing really stupid dickish things on the way.
He's acting like a newly rich athlete who is at the top of his game.
No, bullshit. That's fucking, plenty of dudes can get into a little bit of trouble. This dude has been on a nonstop, once a year, I'm going to find a way to get in trouble fucking train.
He is consistent. Who knows, man? Maybe that's just how...
They came down super hard on that Jameis Winston, the Florida State quarterback that won the Heisman the year before because, he got caught stealing crab legs or this and that, and everyone's like, he's a fucking 18 or 19-year-old or 20-year-old, whatever. 20.
Yeah.
And they're like, you should know better and this and that. And it's like, this fucking dude's been... Like you said, that video was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
He's had 4 years of being the fucking champ that he could have fucking maybe chilled out. Like, okay, maybe the first year you're a dick and you get into a lot of trouble. But if you just got busted before your very last fight for fucking cocaine in your system, then you made a big deal about, I went to rehab, then only stayed there for a day.
Yeah.
Maybe chill out on fucking transporting drugs and blowing through red lights and then running away like a dick.
Yeah. I just want to know. There's just so many holes in everything.
I hope that girl sues him for fucking...
She's going to be fine.
$100 million. He doesn't even have $100 million. I hope she takes his new house. I hope that...
Listen, I don't want...
with the broken arms living in John Jones's new house that he's been Instagramming on.
Listen,
all of
I don't think anybody deserves... She doesn't deserve that. She'll get paid.
She doesn't, but I want her to have it.
I understand you want her to have it, but...
All of it.
She doesn't deserve... Like,
she should get his cats.
If her baby dies...
If she wants his baby, she should be able to have it.
Yeah. No. Why no? I mean, maybe. She might get it anyway. They live in the same city. Maybe that's the out-of-court settlement. He's like, I'll throw some dick, and then we'll just...
No, I'm not talking about wanting a kid from him. I'm talking about taking one of his.
Oh. Yeah, but you're just like, you're passionately hating against John Jones.
No.
Because if this happened to anybody else, you wouldn't be like, that guy's life should be destroyed forever and his kids should be enslaved by this woman.
And I hope he gets raped by Mandingo.
Yeah, but he might like it. You don't know. Maybe that's what he's hiding. Maybe he's like secretly into Brazilian men. That's what he was in Brazil for.
Even if he likes it, I don't think he'll like that much of it.
Maybe you don't know that.
Is he a size queen?
He's not you. I'm just saying he's not you. Some people like big... I'm not me either. I'm just saying there's people out there. John Jones might be one of them.
Speaking from experience on...
Oh, fuck no, bro. I mean, I've tried to put a finger up. I mean, I put a finger up there. I heard it's a good technique for Listen to us, Keith. We go straight from MMA to masturbation. Just like that. Just like that. That's
I know how you threw out the "we" before.
We do.
You were the only one that really turned that into a masturbation.
Yeah, you're sitting right there. You're sitting right there. You're here. You're here with
me.
Right
there, 3,000 miles away. I'm sitting right here.
I'm announcing where I just took us. Is that right from anal penetration?
Everybody stuck a finger in their butt, man. It's not making you any more different than
I'm different than some people, bro.
Good.
And I might be way different than John Jones.
Finger up their butt.
Maybe John Jones likes a bigger finger. Maybe an unnaturally sized finger that's more the size of horse cock. Maybe.
But
I feel bad, bro. I feel bad.
Just fucking around, honestly. But
no, I really stuck a finger up my asshole before while jerking off a few times.
No, I was totally serious about that. But I'm saying about John Jones.
Yeah.
Shit, but what do you think will really happen?
Seriously?
What is your estimation of what? Let's both
for like 100%. What do I? If we're predicting future, We
on
are
what the UFC does, like
reality, not what we think's going to happen. Because I think it's I'm very on the fence of what I seriously would not be surprised if after we do this, fight's still on. However, even if that does happen, wouldn't be surprised if John Jones fucks it up. There's still time. They're not fighting tomorrow.
Well, if he was smoking that weed, those metabolites probably will still be in his system.
They'll be gone by then. It's over a month ago, from now. Slightly over a month. It would be very close. Maybe this is his last hurrah. Maybe that was his last hurrah. He's like, okay, going clean now. Can't even smoke weed, so it's got to be a month out, a little bit of a month out. It's like, I'm good, guys. See ya. And it's just like on his way out, his fucking Periscope app that he installed was like, still had the update, so he's getting like all these updates, and he's like, fuck, trying to turn it, and then runs into a chick. He's like, no, I'm just trying to get to my workout. I'm so passionate about this fight. He's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna run to my workout. I mean, that's a possibility. It's not on the possibilities
what do you think
that we had. I wish I knew more details, because maybe that might inform. I mean,
by him running away, he'll never tell any other details. So we're not going to get anything else besides what we've already found out.
Maybe, or they're just not releasing details. Who knows?
Well, obviously, if you run away and stay hidden for 2 days,
maybe he was with his side piece, and they're like, "Okay, we'll keep this a little bit of quiet, John, because we know you're a star."
Do a lot of meth, and then,
fuck, man. I think since the UFC's kind of like, I haven't seen any kind of UFC comment really about this whole thing.
They've only made the one, but it's that blanket fucking
we'll see what's going on kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and I think probably depending on what they think the case, if they're all meeting right now, they'll be like, okay, what's the case like? What does this seem like we're going to do? I could see if on John Jones, if he thinks he's just going to be able to get away with it and legally, whatever, who knows what the story is. If he thinks legally it's not going to be an issue, then I think they go ahead with the fight. I think if there is any chance of a legal issue where this could fuck up the card further, I think the UFC will know that they have to start promoting something new to fill this in, because they don't want to waste any time.
Weidman Belfort's on that same card.
Yeah, but it's like shit
It's
happens.
an easy move into.
Yeah. But it's, they just came off of this last card that was super disappointing.
Cowboy and Khabib.
For sure, man, it's a great card. But it's not as like you're missing a big chunk of that card not having John Jones versus.
I agree.
So I think that could be the deciding. If I had to guess, that would be the deciding factor. So I don't know what the law or where it's at.
This is not guesstimate. This is guess.
I'm gonna guess. If I had to put money on it, I'm gonna guess fight goes on. It's an underdog decision.
Fight goes on. What is that? Your only guess? Are you saying he gets in any legal trouble?
I'm sure. I'm sure there's gonna be. I'm saying the fight's gonna go on.
It's a felony.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, but he's being charged with the felony. Who knows, dude? I don't know if you've seen the Jinx, but lawyers can get people off of murdering and chopping somebody up into small pieces. Okay, so money can get you out of certain situations. Maybe they find some loophole, they settle out of court. Wouldn't be surprising. Who knows what's going to happen?
Some other 6'4" black guy stole my rental car.
No, but it's like they're like, okay, we could go to court, and he could drain. I mean, unless she can, they could just settle out of court. He'd be like, listen. You're probably going to get this much anyway. Save you the time and the money. Let me cut you a check. Okay? Unless there was some really crazy shit going on.
It's
only a felony because his arm's broken.
That's a civil lawsuit that you can settle in. You can't just offer her money and the cops not decide.
She can drop the charges. For sure. She could drop the charges.
No, she can't.
She's
not pressing charges.
Offer her baby up as collateral.
She's not pressing charges. As someone who's been in legal trouble before, let me tell you.
I guess that's true.
Even if, all right, let's say
they could kill her.
Let's say that your girlfriend calls the cops.
They kill her, and if you don't have her as a witness, then
you've got the off-duty cop that fingered him there. You've got.
Listen, if a cop's going to be fingering off duty, maybe that's
rental
an issue.
Agreements were in the car, and it's his rental car.
Yeah.
You've
I don't know,
probably
man.
got his. If you wanted to go hardcore, you could just pull fingerprints if you wanted.
Yeah. Well, they could place him there, but what if there's somebody else? What if he wasn't driving?
Again, and no one fingered a second guy.
Yeah, but you see John Jones, you're like, maybe you're
Hey,
not a
John
fan.
Jones.
I don't know, man.
Hey,
I'm
look,
just
John
saying.
Jones. What's
I'm
he
just
running away
saying.
from that wreck for?
There's a lot of fucking holes. The fact that he was driving by himself 8 a.m. in the morning, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like fucking a huge champion that seems like he likes to throw money around and have idiots around him would be driving by himself in a state where he was partying potentially. Like, it just doesn't seem, unless he's going home.
Totally seems that.
Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think's going to happen?
My guess.
I mean, legally, I technically don't give a shit. I'm curious to find out. But I'm more curious about if the fight's gonna happen.
think that the UFC finally does take a stand on this one after really. I mean, let's be honest.
Their biggest. Let's look at champions right now. Let's look at popular champions in the UFC.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying that financially, what the UFC stands to lose.
I get it
by making that decision.
I get it.
Okay,
but they're not going to cut him.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, they postpone the fight until his trial.
Well, wait.
Unless he pushes his trial way back, or they decide not to try him for some reason, then that'll go away. But I think that they don't take the chance of putting him up there right then. So the fight doesn't go on until he actually gets a trial. And depending on what happens there, because I think the Nevada State Athletic Commission's got some shit to say.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the UFC's been under, like, I actually looked up Dana White on Twitter, like just Dana White, not his Twitter handle.
Yeah.
And I read through about 100 tweets and I went all tweets, like, so the most recent.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone's going to be opinionated, but this is just a nonstop shitstorm of, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
like, you have to do something this time.
Yeah.
Like, this dude is making a mockery out of all of MMA by just thinking he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
I think they stripped the title? I don't know. I think
man.
that they wait until the trial, unless the trial's pushed out too far, or they do an interim.
They'll do an interim, yeah. If it's going to be a long thing, they'll do an interim, most likely. I don't think they wouldn't.
I also don't. Let's say they do. Let's say he does go to prison. Let's say they strip the title or make the interim the actual title. When he gets to even come back, he doesn't get an immediate title shot.
Oh, for sure he does. I think so.
No, I'm saying this is.
All right.
This is my guess.
All right. This is a very elaborate prediction.
And I'm saying that he doesn't get an immediate title shot. He has to fight the number one contender. Because you have to. If
he's found guilty, right? That's where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But as a corporation this big, and if you want to put this many fighters under one banner, you have to actually make one fucking solid statement. And they've tried to skirt away from. He had all the chances you can get. Mm-hmm. I think that they have to, and I think that they'll actually get this one right. I think that they'll they'll wait until his trial, but they won't give him a title shot if they strip his title right away.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I'm not even convinced that he'll be convicted.
Oh, no, he's rich.
I know. So it's like...
But if me or you had done that...
Oh, no, we're fucked. First off,
even if I'd have ran and got away,
yeah,
they'd have been after me.
Although, if I did leave my stack of cash, because it probably would have meant a little bit more to me than John Jones, I may have run back for it. But then I
might have run back for my stack of cash, but you know what? I'd also had room in my pocket for that bowl and weed.
I mean, if you're bouncing out, fuck the weed.
Well,
I mean, if he thinks
you
he's
just don't want to leave. At least grab the bowl. Paraphernalia gets you way more in trouble than fucking weed does.
yeah, I don't know Albuquerque, but
Well, that's Ohio rules.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. Well, I'm curious to see what the fuck's gonna happen, but I want to see that fucking fight because I think I'm not surprised
to see
if
the fucking fight. That's
if
not
John
the
Jones.
point.
I know, but I think this whole fucking thing is the fact that John Jones. Well, he's young, he's fucking stupid, but I think part of it is that he's scared. You know, I think he knows that if he gets touched by Anthony Johnson, that he's gonna lose his belt.
Fucking partying
Yeah,
because he's
not.
scared. I just think he's partying because he's got a fucking.
No, but you people fucking do stupid shit when they're trying to self-destruct. They're not maybe doing it like I'm planning this out, self-destruct day, but they're like, you know, people allow themselves to fucking fail all the time. Like, oh, I didn't make it because I got fucked up partying too much. It's like, yeah, well, you decided to fucking party, and you knew on some level that it was causing you to fucking not perform or clearly not be a world champion. You know, when you get caught hit and run. I don't know, man. I want to see those pictures though. Just the length of time where everything was like, it was all so drawn out. Before it was like, oh, we don't know, we're not going to issue a warrant. We didn't know her arm was broken right away.
Here's
like, all this stuff
my favorite part is, who the fuck gets to just run away from an accident? And they're like, we don't know if we're gonna, like, we know it was him pretty much. But,
well, that's the thing. It's witnesses. Witnesses are fucking stupid too.
Yeah, except for the guy who was like, hey, that's John Jones. Like, again, if I was in that intersection. Yeah, eyewitness testimony sucks when they don't actually know the person. Yeah. But when you're a famous person,
but then you don't see that other guy running away because you're like, oh shit, I just saw John Jones run away after an accident.
Out of the driver's seat. Hey. And then run back to the driver's seat.
But people fuck up those small details, like what door they came out of.
I guarantee you.
You can't guarantee shit. Shut the fuck up.
I fucking guarantee you. If you saw Robert De Niro,
I could be wrong about which door.
Fucking run out of the passenger seat. You wouldn't get that wrong. Of like, no, maybe it was the passenger seat.
I was wrong
but
about
what
fucking podcast the whole Kill Tony thing ended on. You can be wrong about shit, Keith.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be wrong about shit.
You can't be wrong, but other normal people who live in reality and see crazy shit can be kind of wrong. But
not if you see a super famous person run out of a car.
I've never seen it, so I can't tell you. But I've seen crazy shit. I've seen mediocre shit that I get wrong in memory. You know? I'll see video of stuff and be like, that's not how I remember it at all. You know? That shit happens all the time. People are fucking stupid in their heads.